This look is something I remember fondly no matter what. The glossy clip art images, the green grass and the blue skies, the water PNGs that would come out of the monitor that looks like it's about to splash all over your electronics. It's beautiful. And it doesn't matter if it really looked dated or not. I just love the glossy, shiny, and the nature-ish look of Windows 7 simply because it has a lot more personality than this. I'm of course talking about Frutiger Aero, and it's basically more beautiful as a design. Frutiger Aero has been something people remember for years when it comes to design, looks, and etc. That look also came from game console UIs, games themselves, websites, and finally, operating systems. From the 3D glossy looking icons and buttons, to the really beautiful clip arts, water PNGs, waves and bubbles, Frutiger Aero feels like it has more life as a look. It genuinely feels like it makes you float whenever you're looking at a certain image or a video that has that look. I know people tend to pick whether Y2K for the edginess or modern for the simplicity, but Frutiger Aero really feels like it hits a mark in my opinion. Now that I've talked enough about my opinion of Frutiger Aero, I'm gonna get down to the history. The look itself started in the early 2000s from the Longhorn Plex concept videos, which is definitely what kickstarted the whole Frutiger Aero thing. Through development, they had a theme for Windows Longhorn called Aero, which failed many times due to the limitations of the video graphics at that time. We then got Aqua UI, which appeared in 2001. I know it has more of a Y2K look to it, but if you don't know, Frutiger Aero is simply based on Y2K but more lively. The look carried on until 2004, where every company started to jump on the bandwagon. You got Windows Media Player 10, and then it carried on to the 7th generation of consoles, such as Xbox 360, Wii, and the PS3. You also get the first version of iPhone by the great-grandfather of technology, Steve Jobs, which all of a sudden turned into fucking numbers. I mean, hell, you gotta give credit to Apple. They count more than Valve at that point. Speaking of Apple, you also got the iconic iPod 2004 commercial. The look carried on and on and on to the point where it established in 2007. This is where it simply all started, until it started to decline in 2012. It's really sad to see our friend Mr. Frutiger Aero go. We got the very bland, flat, modern look called Memphis Corporate. Not until a bit of hint of Frutiger Aero came back through Windows 11 called skeuomorph. So I just realized that skeuomorphism actually goes with Frutiger Aero if you think about it. And this claim I actually made is pretty dumb. What I meant to say was Windows 11 came back with neomorphism, not really skeuomorphism, as it really went with Frutiger Aero. You could see it definitely on Windows 7, Vista, and definitely the iOS old versions. Hell, even throughout 2023, a lot of people are obsessed with Frutiger Aero, thanks to a woman on YouTube named Undefined. Everyone started to jump on the subreddit called Frutiger Aero, which started in March 2020, and collected as many images and videos as possible. Hell, people even made a Frutiger Aero playlist, now that everyone finally knew its name. It really feels good as a whole that Frutiger Aero is returning to rise up. This style has really been my favorite for years now, and I have such a soft spot for it whenever I see it. I'm not really sure if it's going to go back to the mainstream yet, but I'd really love to see it one day. Although we got skeuomorphism, which is good, but come on, I genuinely need more of this bubbly, glossy look that Frutiger Aero has. I genuinely miss the look as a whole, and I really want it to come back.